Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trek YT here, Nick, back with another brand new SkyBlock Island schematic build. Now you guys probably can see this is a little bit different, and I think it's kind of cool. But guys, what I wanted to do for today's SkyBlock Island episode is I wanted to basically design a massive SkyBlock Island that kind of pays homage to the starter island in most SkyBlock servers. So before we jump down to check out the island, clearly you guys can see that this island is the same as that island, but that island is much bigger. And what we did is I have made mega blocks within Minecraft to basically simulate the blocks I'm standing on now, just using a bunch more blocks to create a much larger version of it, and it ends up looking really cool when you compare the two. So let's go ahead, jump down there, and we'll take a tour of the island. So what's awesome about this island is there is a absolutely massive amount of space. So every single one of these blocks, the mega block version, is a 16 by 16 block. So that means we have 6 technically blocks, 7 blocks including the leaves wide, so you times 7 by 16, so you're looking at, I think that's 100 and like something, 6 maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but we have a absolutely massive area, basically a 100 by 100 island to be able to fill up with whatever we could possibly need. And what's also nice about these blocks is that they are all hollow on the inside, so you have a bunch of space within the island to be able to put all of your farms, storage, chests, whatever you possibly need. So let's jump down here to the trunk of this tree. So this tree is a hollow tree, as I just explained, so I decided that it was a pretty good spot to probably throw in a spawner. So let's jump into game mode spectator, and when we fly in through here, you can see that we have ourselves an iron golem spawner in here. You can put as many spawners as you could possibly need. You can make the drop less than it already currently is, and it works great because you have this empty area on the inside to put your spawners. It's kind of hidden away from everyone that would be visiting your island, but it's a good place to add a money source. So then you have this massive chest collection storage down here, and all we really did is we just kind of knocked out the side of this because it kind of blends in by using the chest on the inside. So from a distance you don't really notice the little hole here just to get inside of the trunk. So you come in here, you've got a nice little pretty detailed ceiling, but pretty symmetrical at the same time, with a little bit of light sources so that we don't have to worry about random mobs spawning on your island. And then you've got what I think is probably the best chest storage for iron golem farms. Maybe it's not, maybe it is, I'm not sure, but basically the way it's set up is a hopper will run into this chest, then a hopper below that will run into this chest, and so on. So basically all the items will go down to the bottom chest first and then fill up the chest as it gets full. And that's pretty much all that's in here. So we're gonna move on over to the chest that's over this way. So before we jump into that chest area, you have all this space out here where you could add in a bunch of stuff. Now for the sake of the build, I did it because I thought I would kind of keep it very, I don't know, plain, because it looks really cool from a distance. Like you could set your island warp up there, so people that warp to your island warp to there and see the much larger version of the island down here. I just think it's cool to keep this plain. But inside this chest over here, we've actually turned this into the shop for the island. So you've got space to add in all of the blocks that you want to sell. You've pretty much got, I think, 8 down here, and then up top I think you've got another 6. So you've got spots for 14 different items that you could sell. And obviously if you wanted to, you could redo the inside of this area and make even more space for selling different things, but I obviously went for the decorative way. I wanted to add in a really grand stairway that would lead up to the top and then would have even more chests up here, then someone could look down below, kind of just trying to maximize the space inside of this chest. And then we threw in some ender chests here and there. You don't have to put them there. And then we threw in some anvils up here as well, but this is a pretty simplistic design. The roof is nothing major, just a couple slabs and a couple full blocks to kind of give a little bit of depth, but really isn't anything crazy. We just kind of outlined some key features with the logs, and that was pretty much it. It's pretty simple to do this kind of build, because you know what's nice about building within this, I guess, box right here, is it kind of brings me back to my days of building faction bases, when you have a set, I guess, area on the inside of a base and you kind of have to maximize that space as much. So I kind of had that kind of kick in when I was trying to design the inside of here. But this is the shop for the island. We're gonna go ahead and jump down below. So obviously you could do this one of two ways. I am just gonna pretend like you have multiple abilities to set different homes on your island, but if you didn't, you probably could just come over here and break this block and make a very, very long ladder. But if we go down here, you guys can see we have an absolutely ginormous area for activities. So what I did to fill up the space down here is I added a bunch of automatic pumpkin and melon farms to kind of be another form of money on your island outside of your iron golem farm over there. But what's also nice about this massive space is you don't have to put in these melon and pumpkin farms down here. It's just kind of up to you. I thought that most SkyBlock servers probably use pumpkin farms and melon farms for their main source of income. So I decided to kind of implement those here. So that way, if there's some of you guys out there that don't actually know how to make one of these, it's pretty simplistic. I did not wire up the clocks for these, but I did place all of the pistons in redstone towers. So that way you guys can kind of take that schematic and build one of these for yourself. And I didn't even maximize all this space, so if we were to come over here and break through this red clay right here, you can kind of see that there is still space down here. I left all this space right here for you guys to go ahead and wire up your contraption, and then I left this area right here so that way you guys can actually implement your clock to make the thing actually work automatically. And then we have a very similar chest setup right here that we had for the IGs. All of the hoppers will flow down to the very bottom chest and then fill up as they go. And I also made it so that way the pumpkins all flow to the same area. So if we were to do the /through command to go through right here, you can actually see that the water would be down here. I did not put it in just because I wasn't sure how you guys wanted it to go, but if we were to follow this down here, you guys can see that it would just keep flowing all the way down. These would flow into here and then they'd flow into these hoppers. So you would have to go ahead and add in a water source right here so that way that would actually work. But I wasn't sure, you know, some people are on different servers, so for some people they can't actually have a bunch of hoppers, so maybe the setup that I have down below won't work for you. So I decided to kind of leave there to be a little bit room to expand and kind of make it fit for your specific SkyBlock server. And like I said, this could be pretty much whatever you wanted down here. Like if you wanted to leave the chest that's up there blank on the inside, maybe move your shop down here, or maybe you want to leave the tree blank on the inside and move maybe some IGs or other spawners down here, you have all of this room to do that. I mean, this is pretty much a 100 block this way and a 100 block that way, so you have a massive amount of space in here to do literally whatever you possibly could want to do. And as far as the design goes down here, I didn't really do anything major on the pumpkin and melon farms. I pretty much just outlined everything with logs and then added some color by using red clay, and then I did a very easy repeating design with some slabs and then some backdropped some planks behind to kind of add a little bit of depth, so that way when you're far away it looks really cool. And then for the bottom down here, we didn't really do anything major either. We just outlined everything with some logs and then added in some stairs on the corner to kind of make it flow a little bit better. But that's pretty much all it is down here. And with these SkyBlock episodes, I really like to not do every single thing on the island for you guys, because if I gave you everything, then what would be the point of playing SkyBlock? You know, you don't have that creative mindset if I give you everything. So I decided to leave a lot of open space, such as this area right here, where you guys can pretty much add whatever you want. What I think would be cool right here is maybe you kind of build like a fake little cliff edge right here with a waterfall, and maybe add in a little pond right here for you guys to do some fishing. Maybe there's some MMO on your server. So I think that would be kind of cool, just as a little idea. But you can really fill this up, again, however you possibly could want to do it. And guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, you even also have some space within these leaves right here if you wanted to do something there. I kind of left them hollow so they have the same effect that these leaves do, where you can see through them. But again, there is so much space on this island to do pretty much whatever you want. It's going to take you a lot of blocks, but if you were to build this, again, this would make you probably the coolest person on any given SkyBlock server. And that's kind of my goals with these SkyBlock Island videos, is to allow people to kind of explore their creativity and kind of just like do something they normally wouldn't do in SkyBlock. So that's going to bring our video today, guys, to a wrap. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video, guys. There is going to be a schematic link down in the description that you guys can use to download and then implement onto any single SkyBlock server. All I ask, guys, if you guys are going to use the download, please make sure to hit that subscribe button while you're down there grabbing that schematic link. But as always, guys, I love you all. See you guys next time. Peace out.